Oh, Simon Jordan versus Big Frank. Do me a favor.
Do me a favor, mate.
Bro, the PR cleanup job is the funniest thing to watch, fam.
No, I was disgusted. I was disgusted. Can I say why I was really disgusted? And I'm gonna rate what Simon Jordan and Jim White were on. Yeah, rate it. It was good, really good piece of TV. But we're not gonna forget something that happened on the night of the fight. He was Tyson Fury was interviewed. Tyson Fury said, "I lost this fight because there's a war going on in Ukraine, and because of that, they're
siding with them.
They're siding with him." That is the maddest soundbite I've ever. That's insane. I don't care. Like, and the fact in that explosive interview,
nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this.
Just... In that explosive interview, yeah, nobody mentioned it. And I thought, how strange. Because I thought, this is the moment. I was had my popcorn. I said, this is good. Let me hear how they deal with this. Because had it been any other fighter that even uttered these words, innocent people are dying over there in that situation, you're going to come and say what? You're going to realize there's some people's situations for your own game because you can't deal with the reality. And we can allow him to. It's a disgrace.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad that Simon Jordan touched on the fact that, because Frank was really coming in with the whole, he's bipolar. Yeah. Don't talk about the stuff that Tyson says without mentioning he's bipolar. And I think to myself, when Simon Jordan went into that bag, I thought to myself, oh, this is one of those rare moments where I'm sitting there and I'm thinking something and he just says exactly what I'm thinking. Yes. So we just have to tiptoe around and accept anything this guy decides to give the world because of this situation. Nothing, even his friends, his entourage, his dad headbutting this little guy. Like, we just have to roll with that. And he's like, well, that's not Tyson. And I think to myself, you are skirting around accountability with this guy as best you can. And it's not sticking because normally we deal with Tyson Fury's bullshit by saying, well, at the end of the day, I don't care what my fighters say, as long as they deliver in the ring. And one thing about Tyson, he delivers in the ring. That's what these men get to say. But when you lose, it don't hit the same. Because you've just been a nuisance and then you lost. It's different this time.
I think what's interesting about this one here is the bipolar rollout. Because I wondered, I said on which show was it? I said it on Monday Night Smoke. I said, is there something wrong with Tyson Fury? Just, how we have to give Dubois like a level of, like, we don't know. It's not been confirmed. But we look at Dubois and say, is everything okay? In regards to, like, just the cognitive, how he's understanding certain things. So we're asking now, so we give him a different type of leeway. He's going to say something mad or random. It's fine. With Tyson Fury, it's selective moments when he does it, now lets me know that, well, you're in control of some of these faculties. When you're calm, no one's around you, and you can say the champion has to be from Great Britain, because it's like when you're saying all these stuff, when you're coming out deciding to cuss someone, literally just going for it. Like, I know Usyk said Tyson Fury behind the scenes, lovely guy. Soon as the cameras get rolling, mask goes on and he becomes somebody else. Do you feel this is what's you need to do to keep our attention? But then guess what? When you do these things, your actions are gonna have consequences. And he felt some of those.
It reminds me of back in the day, yeah. I used to know this girl, and good friend of mine, and she was saying to me that there's a guy that intimidates her.
Yeah. Right?
And I remember thinking, interesting. And I've been like, all right, cool. Let's see what he's on. And she's talking about, oh, no, like, I do kind of understand he's got, like, anger issues and da-da-da-da-da. But I was like, he hasn't hit you, but you don't feel safe around my man when he's getting it. I said, okay, cool. This was like college days. So I was like, we're there now. And I'm sticking on, man. I'm really, when you're just trying to agitate a situation.
Yeah.
Calm as anything, bro. Where's this anger management that you got issues with when I'm here? I'm pushing you now. What's happening? It's not there. You're on selective bad boy vibes.
Yes.
Yeah? That lets me know you're in control of who you flex like this with. So when I'm seeing this, I think to myself, no, don't tell me that. Because this is a man that can hug Deontay Wilder.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Hug Deontay. And yeah, you're absolutely right.
So for me, I'm like, bro, if you're bad, if you got a problem, have that with everyone that you see, fam. Everybody, all the time. You don't. There's certain conversations that it activates. You start to sound xenophobic. You start to sound with these little weird little dog whistling lines. You start to sound funny, and it's consistent in that way.
So this is who you are.
This is you.
This is me. This is who you are, bro. And that's why I don't rate it, bro. And then I think it's a disgrace that everyone is skirting around the issue of what he said. And it's where he lost. And what Tyson, because when Frank was on the show, he's trying to give an excuse with the bipolar thing. Like I can understand, like, and I empathize with Frank Warren's story, because it's hard. He lost his brother, this, that, and the other, to mental health, this, that. I totally get that. Now, what we're not going to do, though, at the same time, is almost say there's no accountability for someone talking as mad as he's talking. The reason why we decided we're not on your side is because of how you built this thing up. The reason why is when you watch the sit down and watch the program of At Home with the Furies, or whatever you want to call it, wherever it is on Netflix, and you're seeing how you're moving, how scat you are. How are we gonna get? How are we going to get behind this as a thingy? So and that's what. Guess what? There's so many people that wanted to love Tyson Fury after putting in a stellar performance, and he gets on the mic and says that it's over. It's over. Like, and my thing is, like, boxers are meant to make you feel something, or the good ones. Yeah. Now Tyson Fury makes me feel like, well, when you lose, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Joyous.
Yeah, I feel. But then you put me in this place. I didn't always start here, but how you've operated and how you've, like, been as a champion, it leaves you feel like almost disillusioned, like you're done with it now. Now you're so done. We're so done with. Before it was exciting. Like, Fury fans don't have a lot to clutch onto now.
They don't. They're just being belligerent. And the response I see online is, yeah, but AJ, yeah, but AJ. And I'm like, bro, listen. AJ is not the one that just beat your ass on Saturday. It was Usyk. So at some point, you may need to sit down, and let go of your cult leader, and understand that stuff needs to be done for you, man, to keep this thing going. Because the Ngannou fight looked horrible. This fight better, but it fell off. It fell off a cliff. It fell off a cliff halfway through.
I'm not going to do that. What I think it honestly is he couldn't keep up that pace. He's never fought at that pace in his life. He was good, but the pace was ridiculous. And it's the greatness of Usyk. Now, that's all we got to do, is because what's happening is Usyk has been like the side character, but he's the best. See, it doesn't make sense making him the side character. You've just misprofiled him, how we're looking at this guy. This guy has a wicked record. His record is absolutely, like, mad. No one rushes into these. He's taken we've waited for years to get these fights. He's come in the game, in the heavyweight scene, and taken over in a short space of time, and now he's wearing undisputed. It's
real. It's very real. You have to just give him full credit, fam.
Undisputed, bro. Everything. Now he's got undisputed, every belt, undisputed belt, which is really clever, because you can't take that off him now.
Yeah.
Like, even
now,
go on.
Frank mentioned in that interview they've activated the rematch clause, and it's looking like it's going to be October.
Yeah.
Can Fury come back and win that, in your estimation? I know my take. My take early on was, if Usyk wins, he's definitely winning the second one.
Can he do better? Can he go to another level? It's hard to tell. It's hard to say, because it's still in the same calendar year, right? It's really hard to say, because Fury's gonna come in at a different way. He's gonna go back to Wilder 2-weight, which is good for him. Which is good for him, and he's gonna try and punch for him.
Honestly, I don't think he can beat him. I don't think he can, because the reason why I say that, the things that he's gonna need to change, I don't think he can, because that's more to do with youth And the way you've lived is adding up to these moments here.
Yeah.
There's not much more in the world. Think about it. Tyson was probably the best version of Tyson that we've seen in a good few fights.
Yeah,
and it weren't enough. Yeah, and it weren't enough. You're not young. You're not getting younger. Yeah, you had 2 camps back to back, right? For this one fight, plus the Ngannou camp. This is probably the most regular you've been out in a while.
Yeah.
And it didn't amount to anything. So this layoff and then the camp, you're going to be in a bad situation. I think it's done. I think this back-to-back losses. And then I think, you know what I mean? Whatever goes one after that happens if he doesn't retire. But I don't see Usyk losing.
I don't mind what you're saying. I just think that the success that Fury had, because Usyk's gonna get better as well. That's the only annoying, like not annoying, but he will just get better. He just gets better. Even when he fought AJ again, he fought a really good AJ in AJ2, you know.
I know, bro.
Who had more than he needed.
AJ was up. AJ was up on the scorecard going into round 10.
Yeah.
And Usyk said, all right, this is when I show up, and just did a Mazzoli.
Now, but then the thing is, right now, they need to restore the relationship. What Frank is struggling with, yeah, I remember when things shifted, because they're talking about the talk sport thing, why they're so angry. There was the Catterall thing, he hates Catterall, Frank. But then it was the moment when they was trying to, you know, when the narrative shifted that Fury's running from Usyk. And it did happen on that platform, and you're looking at the comment section, and you said, I'm seeing Fury fans turning like I've never seen before. They almost crashed sick, and the whole team got everyone to understand this guy's making us do too much. I mean, no, it's true, because we watched the documentary when they're trying to make the AJ fight, and he says he sets ridiculous time frames, fights off. So now we know how you move. He lost so much goodwill by almost bringing people into his world and making Usyk do a madness and not respected him. And then guess what? That guy you meet, that guy mashes you up.
Hey, I told you, it's the laws of the universe, bro.
The laws of the universe. He needs TalkSport back though. It's a powerful.
Badly. He can't survive this narrative beating without TalkSport and Sam.
Back on his side.
It's not even TalkSport. It's Simon Jordan and Adam Catterall.
Yeah.
He needs those 2 voices back in his corner. That's why Frank shows up there.
Yeah.
You heard my man talking about how Frank took Adam Catterall to a game, talking about, yeah, we love your show, and or if it was the other guy, I don't even know if it's Adam Catterall, but Frank knows I got to keep you man sweet, so I keep showing up. I can't make Tyson do anything. Yeah,
I'm here. And even when we're arguing through these things, this is listened to by too many punters, too many people that will potentially buy tickets or narratives. Don't let the narrative be set here. You want to control the narrative at all times. And unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. But we move anyway, man. Listen, hope you lot figure it out.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the undercard.
Let's go.
Let's talk about the undercard. All right, so first, Kovalev, bro. Sergey Kovalev was out. Bruv.
I didn't see it. I was traveling. I didn't see it. I missed that one.
Bro, I saw this guy getting beat up, fam. I'm like, yeah, this it's over, bro. It's over with.
Kovalev, like,
it's over with, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to stay mad on this.
I'm going to the ones that I actually care about.
Yeah, Moses Toma, he done his thing. He looked good. But Frank Sanchez, bro. Frank Sanchez and Kabayel, bro.
Kabayel is having a renaissance that we weren't ready for, or we never. Now he's becoming someone we have to almost not take serious, but we have to be. It's side eye.
No. It's take serious, bro. It's take serious.
Yes,
Kabayel is on job, fam. That's what he's on job.
And this is the thing, because it took me by surprise. We met Frank Sanchez.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So there was a level of, and I remember how they spoke about him, and how many people have spoken about him. So I'm like, well, he's gonna get it done. There's what we know about this style. It's firmly. This is good for a good mover in the ring is gonna get there. Is gonna take him out. Basically, he's gonna be able to outclass him.
But I thought.
Gone.
Sorry, I thought Frank was a quality boxer. He's got that Cuban style. He looks good. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, why do you look so old today? Like, you just look like you can't get it going. Do you know what I mean? And Kabayel was just there, like, brother, if you're not on point with me, it's going to be a bad one. And I'm just like, you know what? Kabayel is definitely going to be one of those guys that he's going to be, how can I say it? The type of guy to really mess up the apple cart. 100% for someone.
Oh, do you know what fight got my attention? It was the Makhmadov fight. You know the guy that it's got the twitch, looks like a Bond villain.
Which one?
It was in Riyadh. The last one we saw him on the what fight?
Oh, the Kabayel fight, you mean? Yeah.
It was he got my attention because I didn't know much about him. I can't profess to know, like this one is like a sleeper fight that he's just arrived for me. I wasn't fully aware of what he was doing. But then after I'm watching that performance, I'm like, hold on, they're really trying to make Makhmadov be like the new. Who can I compare him to?
Just a boogeyman. Just a boogeyman.
Yeah, the new guy that's just like, look at him. Yeah.
He's no problem.
Yeah. They were setting up that, and then literally they said, no, not today. They said, okay, in this fight here, Russian guy, you know what I mean? In this fight here, this is going different. And he gets the win, and you're like, oh, there's something there. Frank Sanchez, Cuban style, someone that we respect, someone that we're told has been really hyped up. For him to do that to him, choose the action, choose the pace. Now you're saying, well, what's next with Kabayel? Who does he fight next? Is it because I keep talking Parker? I keep saying Parker should be the fight. Parker's somehow found himself again. Why not? Why not?
It's an interesting one. Like, and a lot of people were kind of divided over the opinion on it. I like Parker in that fight just because I like the momentum that Parker's on. And you got to look at the belief in terms of you just beat Wilder, you just beat Zhang, right? These are big hitters. You know what I'm saying? Like you beat a guy who destroyed the guy that beat you up. He's in a great mental flow. He's in a great flow right now. And I feel like, yes, Kabayel's looking good, but he hasn't boxed at the level with the opponents that Parker has. And I think Parker might just get through it.
But he hasn't been doing it. It's about opportunity, though, isn't it?
No, I do hear it, but I just feel like there's still something about being in the ring under the lights on those nights. You can't force that.
That's fair. I think he's going to continue surprising us. I think he's going to continue because it's the pace as well. It's the pace that he picks in these fights.
And he knows how to move.
He knows how to move, and he's just there. He's just always going to be there, and don't get me wrong, Parker's does have power. He does carry power, so it'll be interesting. And he has fast hands as well in Parker. So only God can tell us what that one looks like. But these are good 50-50s. That's why I'm excited, because it will, even if you give 60 to Parker, you can't write this man off totally because of the last couple wins. And I think he's someone that is there to spoil the party as well.
Yeah, I agree. Joe Cordina, bro. Joe Cordina, fam. Bro.
Kakashi, man.
It just went bad, fam.
It's that confidence that Cordina got from the knockout of the year. It's the
he believed in his power so much. He said, "Hey, listen, let's have a crack." And that brother said, "I like to crack. I love to crack."
Yeah, it's the same. Like, it may be a little bit different to the Opetaia thing, but don't get too gassed up in power that you don't do the fundamentals right. Setting things up, stepping off, knowing the moments, knowing when. I heard Shakur Stevenson being interviewed, and it's talking about Haney versus Garcia, and he says sometimes you have to ruin it for the audience. It's not nice, but your pride can't take over. Like, be smart. Like, I get you out here, but make the smart decision. And Cordina, what you need to do while there's pride and you don't want to make a backward step, you had to make the backward step and be a smart fighter in this moment, because you're seeing this guy he's not relenting. He's on you, and you should be able to outbox him on just a boxing thing. But we never saw that performance. It just got wilder and it got more dangerous. Then it was like he was just there, not like hanging on for dear life, but he knew that this was not going to be his night.
100%, man. And it was sad because I could see the heart and resolve of Cordina. Cordina's not no pushover, do you know what I mean? He was really willing to continue, but you just look at it and you think, bro, you're taking a beating, fam. You're not adjusting. This guy does have more power than you. Like, you cannot gun with this man. And he kept on trying. So, yes, it's unfortunate. Opetaia and Bradis was a great fight. Great fight.
Like, again, you forget that this is the person that broke his jaw.
Yeah, facts.
That's the thing that you forget. So I'll never forget us talking about AJ versus Ruiz and what Ruiz did to AJ in that fight, and the demons of that fight, which AJ was able to exercise. Yes, he didn't engage as heavy as some of us would have liked, like in terms of like mashing him up, how we've seen him fight other opponents. But you have to deal with, this guy's hurt me before. You know what I mean? This guy's
100%.
left his mark in a fight.
And also, what you have to also pay attention to is his record in terms of Opetaia's run since he last fought him. So he last fights Bradis, right? July 2022. Comes back September 23 against Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson, for that fight, in Jordan Thompson's defense, I say he was a bit green going into that fight. That's probably not the fight that you really would have given him. The opportunity came and he said, let's get it. And I respect that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're in the fight business. Then after that, he gets that win. He fights Ellis Zorro. Now, in both of these fights, he looks fantastic because these guys, they're still in their journey upwards. Whereas he's kind of like, yo, I've kind of broke out. I beat my man for the IBF. Like, I've proven I'm him. A broken jaw, and I still got through it. I've proven I'm the guy. So these fights essentially were slight step downs. Bradis, now you're back in there. That's why he looked different. That's why Opetaia looked different to me, because I'm thinking, yo, this guy's a killer. He kills everything I've seen so far. But we met him at a story where he was stepping down, just coming back from the injury, and now I'm back up. So now looking at this fight was like, okay, you're actually in there with someone who's your age mate, level-wise. And we saw some good rounds. We saw you lose some rounds. It was a good fight. You could tell the ghosts and stuff of the past was still present in his mind. But give him his credit. He got through it with the W. And I'll just say, yeah. Opetaia, I like what I see from this guy every time I see him out.
What Opetaia has to do next time, though, going forward, because if I'm Reactpour, Billam, any of them, I'm a bit excited. Just a little bit. Before, they're saying people didn't want to fight him. Again, you took off the veneer of fear. You know, that thing of, this guy can't be beat. Especially when you're hearing that he's... No, I think, honestly, if you're a fighter, because all fighters do it, it's competition. They look at someone and think, I know how I can expose what you don't do well. Now, his landing was poor in this one.
Yeah. Poor. It depends how people see themselves versus Bradis.
Yeah,
that's really where it's at. Because if man look at because if you're looking at the Fury fight as a heavyweight and you know you're not Usyk, you can't get excited.
Yeah,
if you don't bring anything that Usyk brings, you can't even be like, yeah, I want it next. It's not, that's not you. So that's why I'm just like, we'll see what these men do. I
just think now, there's not going to be, that's done in it. That chapter's done. The Bradis chapter's finished there.
I think so. I don't think he needs to see him again. 2 wins.
2 wins.
Through the broken jaw the first time, and I got it done again.
Yeah, it was tight at the same time, but it's done. So then that fight's finished. What else we got? We got Cordina.
That's it. No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Listen, His Excellency, you're doing a wonderful job. You are doing a wonderful job. Like, we're enjoying it. Like, and it's some of the cards are getting better. We already got 5v5 coming. Like, there's so much happening, and you're like, not like boxing fatigue, but there's so much boxing. Like, bro, we had the greatest weekend, and now we step in. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.